It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. Tell us about Unique Genius. Tell us about, and you and I did a podcast episode a while ago, but that was like 6 months ago. Surprisingly, somehow that might have been even longer than that. It was definitely before the new year. Give us like the update on your business. Where is Unique Genius at? How many customers are you helping? What industries are you helping? Give us a little peek under the hood of Angela's not VA business, team member business.
Team member.
Virtual team member business. VTM. VTM if you had the B for business, I guess.
Okay, more ideas. We can still change it. Okay, so yes, last update. That's really what I was focusing on and passionate about is this division of it, of working with business owners, professionals, and giving them a partner that did everything that we just talked about. So matching people with their perfect EA is what we called it. We call it
Executive Assistant.
Executive Assistant. So we need a new name for that, executive partner or whatever that's going to be. But that's what I focused on before.
I like the word partner for that. It hits a lot of different angles of it.
Yeah, that was Dave Kaminsky's idea. So earlier today.
He's a smart cookie. I got to call with Dave. Dave's too busy for us today. He's got to collaborate pro stuff going on. I got to call with Dave on Friday. Got to have a good chat with the old guy. I shouldn't call him that old. He's not that old. No, I feel like this is this.
So that's
that middle-aged man. Corrected.
I was like, don't call him old because that might put me in that category. Okay.
Old is an endearing term. Old is in like, you know what I mean, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Just don't use it for me. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that's what my focus was on. I love just working one-on-one with business owners, matching them with that, and we were growing the business in that path, as well as helping businesses with some other things in, those task-oriented, that they wanted a specific person for graphic design or, a specific, some web development, things like that. We started working with.
They need help with.
Yeah, so businesses that wanted things like Collaborate, wanting a bunch of website developers. So businesses that had specific niches, and we replaced them with task things. Then after I met,
go ahead. I'll come back to my questions later.
Then after I met you, my life took a new path.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yep. Sorry.
So met Dan when he came to Omaha for a mastermind that we were doing. And then once I got on this show, then I got my own show on Turf Step Radio and went down this home services path and started.
Welcome to the boiler room.
Welcome. Started all over in the.
Maybe I need a podcast called The Boiler Room. That sounded kind of cool when I said it. I might put
that's it.
Somebody write that down. All right. I assume somebody wrote it down by now.
Literally became just in this world, in this home services world, going to all different sorts of conferences you mentioned, meeting people has completely changed, like I said, the entire path of my life in several ways. And so
I'm just assuming for the better, but I don't know. I'm just going to say
much better, of course.
Assuming it is. Although now, for better or for worse, and your kids are pretty grown up, so they don't need you around as much. But every time I see a Facebook post from you, you are in a different location. I'm just like, man, I'm exhausted just like keeping up with Angela.
Yes, my kids are adults. And so going and like speaking at these conferences and doing the book in that platform has been a ton of fun. You opened all kinds of new doors for me, personally and professionally. So in that world, but before that, I guess back up. Things happened at the same time, but a few local companies. So I've been involved kind of in the lawn and landscape industry first, right? With Turf Step, and then local people in the lawn and landscape industry. And because of local networking, close to some roofers as well. And a few people locally had come to me to see if I could replace their office managers, like their office manager, a $50,000, $60,000 person, salary person was leaving and they needed to replace them.
And that's
couldn't find help.
That's a tricky role to replace. I think there's labor out there for it, but that role is like the quarterback of a home service business. They touch every customer and every employee. It's a big job.
Yes. So it started out with 4 local businesses all about the same time that they asked, could I replace that? And I was like, well, this is a new thing we haven't done before, but yes, a person somewhere else can do everything as long as you're paperless. So it took a little bit getting those processes together, getting those businesses paperless. And then we placed virtual team members that were in the Philippines in an office manager position in roofing and lawn and landscape offices, being the office manager and running those businesses. And you're right, they do everything. They're answering the phones, they touch every client, they touch every team member, or running the CRMs and running all of it. And it went very successfully. So then as I was at conferences and out in front of people, wasn't specifically marketing to that. Like that wasn't the intention. I was at the conferences speaking about my book. And then more of those opportunities arose. People are like, oh, well, I need one. I need an admin. And so now I've started to develop those systems with some people in the space that are doing really well at processes, people that are, have those processes in place and have those efficient, SOPs in place. And so that we can help home service businesses so the existing ones were replacing an existing admin. But there's a lot of people coming up that don't have an admin yet, and this would be their first admin.
Hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one, or check out this one, and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.